Welcome back from match 3. This is Old Man Poole. We have a bummer of a hand here. It's pretty cringeworthy. I think I'm mulliganing, especially if my opponent does here. This looks remarkably similar to the game that lost us last match. I think I'm going to keep. I guess we put it on top. We're going to play Gift of Paradise, and that turns on everything else anyway. Alright. And we definitely want to find a land over the next couple of draws. And finding multiple lands in this deck isn't the end of the world either. Always trying to get back up to that scaled behemoth. Green, black. Exemplar Strength, that's a good one, especially when we don't have much on board. Okay, Sweltering Suns will do some work eventually. Maybe consider, depending on what he plays here, playing the Gift of Paradise. He swings up to 2 here, play the Gift, he swings up to 3, and then Sweltering Suns still kills it. Island Strength. Yeah. It's a bit of a beating. So let's see. We could play Pouncing Cheetah and just offer a trade with the Beast. Although then the Exemplar Strength gets out of range pretty quick. We could play a Mountain. And if we draw a land, we get there. Gift of Paradise has a net negative of 2. So if we play Mountain, play a creature, and then a land next turn, we still can't play Sweltering Suns or anything, so maybe Gift ends up not being great there. Or we can just take 7 this next turn and Sweltering Suns. That kills a lot of things out there, but not everything. We gain some life off Gift of Paradise, or we can just trade. Let's say, if he plays an average 4-drop, it's going to have 3 life, or 3 toughness. 3 toughness dice to Sweltering Suns. Then we're in a pretty good spot. He's going to be down to 2 or 3 cards. I guess either 4 mana and 2 cards, or 3 cards and 3 mana. Yeah, I think we just play the Gift. And then we can play Sweltering Suns for sure on time, too. Alright. Well, we have made our bed, and it's time to lay in it. Alright, well, we take approximately 1 billion here, but that's alright. Oh, it doesn't play anything. Okay. Well, actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can play a Colossipede. Colossepede's pretty big. That was a good draw for us, I think. Alright, and we'll pass the turn. Colossipede does a pretty good job of blocking whatever he's got. He's got like a final reward. I guess it's kind of bad for us, but... Okay, this is both. I mean, we're gonna block there. If he's got a trick, he's got a trick, but don't know how we can really play around that. I guess we could wait a turn and play like Pouncing Cheetah. A nice strike. Okay. Ooh, man, should have blocked there. Could have played around that one. Alright. We can also almost play Sweltering Suns twice. We'll play it once. I guess we don't even care. I'm gonna take 4 from the Exemplar more or less no matter what. We have to draw a land to try and play 2 things. Let's just play a Hooded Brawler and pass. The rationale for Hooded Brawler is I think that actually the Cheetah's going to be better for us here because we're not going to be on the beatdown for a while. Want to find that land. Punished pretty hard there. We'll have to remember he has a synchronized strike. And Exemplar is obviously just fantastic against decks that don't have 2-drops like ours. It turns into a very real threat very quickly. Soul Stinger. Okay. I assume he's going to put him on the Exemplar? Yeah. I think we're probably dead then. Oh, not quite. So we play a Sure Shot. And then play Pouncing Cheetah. And the Exemplar gets a little bit bigger, but then we can kill it off with Sweltering Suns. We're definitely still in pretty dire straits. Nothing, nothing a Spine or a Scaled Behemoth wouldn't help with, though. Alright, and we double block the Soul Stinger here. We're left with one creature unless he's got a combat trick, in which case we're dead anyway. Yep, alright. Well, pretty wrecked. Pretty wrecked. Alright, well, remember Synchronized Strike, certainly. Shed Weakness might be pretty okay. I think that the combat's going to be fairly tempo-y. Spidery Grasp seems great, but it's kind of more expensive. Yeah. Also nice because it keeps us alive through Sweltering Suns, which is going to be relevant a good amount of the time. Destined to Lead might be important in this matchup. I could see us kind of getting stalled out. It's not a bad combat trick. Might be better than Shed Weakness. Let's do something like that. And we're going to cut a Bouncing Cheetah, I think. Cool. Alright. Would like to play first. Alright, we're gonna mulligan. Yeah, we'll keep this one. Keep. And we're gonna bottom that. Maybe we're not playing with Sweltering Suns real well, although I feel like we have been, honestly. Again, being a little bit too greedy with the value that we get out of it. We're gonna play Hooded Brawler first, and then a Kudu thereafter. Because we can put the -1/-1 on the Brawler. Estimator Beetle is not bad. Can't play it yet, but eventually it's a very powerful effect. Trial of Ambition. Okay. Pretty good against us. Has a couple of trials. So he's maybe playing a bunch of cartouches too. Hard to know. Vitalist seems fine. Doesn't actually give us the Decimator Beetle, but it lets our Kudu survive. And that's a pretty big game. Okay, Trial of Strength. Okay, can't. Well, actually, we can play that. We should play that. What am I talking about? So, draw claw speed. And pass. And we've had a reasonably good mulligan here. A little bit clunky, a little bit slow, but I think that's pretty par for the course with the deck. Ugh. We're just gonna take it here. We're gonna Sweltering Suns anyway, next turn. There may be a couple turns. We want to keep our Colossal Beetle alive, I think. The fact that the beast just dies is significant. So we can just Sweltering Suns now. That's probably correct, rather than trying to get value off of our Kudu and make it ever so slightly larger, especially with the Decimator Beetle in hand. Let's just go ahead and do that. Man, that's true. I guess we can do both. We did have another land drop there. So we can go green, 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 drop Kudu, put the -1/-1, the Vitalist, Sweltering Suns. Trade 2 for 1. Get a little bit of value. If he wants to use a combat trick, he's certainly welcome to. Okay. And we'll swing with the Colossal Beat here. So we are sitting on 1 card to our opponent's 4. We do have 2 creatures on board. There's a couple of trials in hand, so it'll be bad for us if he manages to put together a cartouche there. Scaled Behemoth. Okay, that's a big one. Yeah, Mountain's not the best draw, but we'll play it nonetheless. I'll bet he doesn't have 3 Scaled Behemoths in his deck. So he definitely can still have the +2/+2. He could have the cartouche. Another trial. Wow. A lot of trials. Okay, he doesn't swing, so he probably doesn't have that. Nice. Decimator Beetle actually still isn't fantastic for us, but that's alright. Eventually we're gonna find more Scaled Behemoths. We have pretty big late game. Pretty big. I considered playing something there, but decided against it. Guess I'm okay trading for a combat trick here? Is that even what he has? We don't want to just take 4. He's got to have something, though. Although, why wouldn't he swing with the Scaled Behemoth? If he had a combat trick, he'd swing with both. Put that in front. Maybe it's just... Well, Brute Strength isn't that great either. Maybe he just wants to trade here because then the Scaled Behemoth can start swinging in? Probably that's the play. I kind of think he's got something, though. That's a little bit odd. So he swings with a Scaled Behemoth, we'll take it. Probably doesn't. Right, yeah, go for it. I'm pretty sure he's got some sort of trick, so... Which creature I control, and 1 defending creature controls. So he's just gonna chump here, and that's okay. Man, like any cartouche is just absurd for my opponent. I guess we keep playing lands in case we find the Minotaur Sure Shot. no attacks is good. Alright, well, I'll just keep passing. We do have a number of scaled behemoths in our deck, which is good. I feel like my opponent's gotta have a cartouche. Depends like a cartouche of strength, we just lose. Well, that's the way it is, I suppose. That's the way it is. These things for 7. I don't really think there's anything we can have here. He's gonna kill off my Decimator Beetle. It's gonna make me sacrifice my Colosopy. My own Scale Behemoth doesn't even block effectively now, and he also gets a creature. Yeah. I don't really know what we could have, although I don't really like passing either. Relic Strength. Yep. GG's. Well, pretty well destroyed that game too. And that was not our best draft in the world. I think we had kind of a tough seat, especially in Pack 1. But a little bit rough. Our deck definitely would have been better if we picked up the Angel of Sanctions. That was just a punt not taking that. But I think that we were maybe a little bit betrayed by bad draws in game 2 and 3. We kind of punted in game 1 though, so it kind of makes up. We won the game we shouldn't have and maybe lost the 2 games we should have had a chance at a little bit easily. Didn't find nearly as many of our big threats as I would have liked. Although this game was a little bit better, we found 2. It just happened that my opponent also had a pretty big one. In any case, thanks so much for watching, everybody. Really appreciate all of the love I've been getting on YouTube. Sorry I haven't posted a little bit in the last week or so, or last 4 or 5 days. I've had a couple of things come up and just haven't had the time. But this one's definitely going up. See you guys then.